Batohi testified that she had sought legal opinions from her Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, the panel, and her research advisee in assessing the conduct of the South Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions, Andrew Chauke. But inquiry chairperson Judge Bess Nkabinde and the panel criticized what they described as an over-reliance on those opinions. They questioned why Batohi had not obtained the necessary evidence herself before requesting that an inquiry be instituted.
I considered Advocate Nalane's opinion. I considered Advocate Maineche's opinion. I considered Dr. Broughton's two opinions, the first and the supplementary, Advocate de Kock's memorandum.
In fact, you said what I wanted was my decision to be based on evidence. And that's why I keep on going back to that very evidence that you presented earlier, to say if evidence was important, 4 years later still, you sought a further opinion when you had been in office for a while, and you could have easily obtained the evidential material.
Batohi has maintained that she inherited an NPA that was broken when she assumed office in 2019. She was confronted with litigation from General Boysen, who sought her to have the racketeering charge authorized by her predecessor, Sean Abrahams, reviewed and set aside. At the same time, the decision to open an inquest rather than prosecuting the death of Defo Nqobile, linked to the Lieutenant General Richard Mdluli, had sparked public outrage. In both matters, the now suspended Advocate Andrew Chauke had played a central role, prompting Batohi to ask him to explain why he should remain in office.
When I came into office, I was faced with a decision on what is the appropriate position that as the NPA and as the National Director I should take in these proceedings. And as I had also testified, there was an outcry at the time, a public outcry about the fact that the NPA had not been acting properly with regard to certain cases.
Batohi insists that jurisdiction boundaries for directors of public prosecutions must always be observed.
In essence, your answer is that Advocate Jiba acted ultra vires in delegating or in asking Advocate Chauke to put up together the team to exercise prosecutorial functions in KZN.
Chairperson, Advocate Jiba did not act ultra vires in asking, and I restricted to this because this is the scenario that Chairperson has sketched, did not act ultra vires in asking Advocate Chauke to put up a team. There's nothing wrong with that. But she did act ultra vires in appointing Advocate Chauke as the de facto DPP, exercising prosecutorial oversight supervision functions in respect of a matter in the jurisdiction of the DPP KZN.
The Nkabinde Inquiry has adjourned until next week, Wednesday. Justice Nkabinde says the postponement will allow Advocate Chauke's team additional time to prepare for the cross-examination of Advocate Batohi. It is expected that Batohi's evidence-in-chief will be finalized by Wednesday, with cross-examination set to begin thereafter. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Pretoria.